Hey, kia ora, Helen, Brahms here, coming to you live from, where am I? Ehrenberg, Arizona. Yes, Ehrenberg, Arizona. That is where we are. Crossed over into Arizona today. Left Palm Springs. What time did I leave Palm Springs? 10:40 and got here around 12:45. So just over 2 hours. Straight along the 10. Smooth going today. Today was like one of the smoothest rides I have done until we got to exit 177. As soon as we passed exit 177, we started getting a little shaky on the thing, bad roads, and it went on for like almost 45 miles. We just had, and it was bad. I mean, even the trucks were slowing down at places. Either lane, it didn't matter. We had 2 lanes on our side, and it didn't matter which lane you were in. There was still the vibrations going through the vehicle, and it didn't smooth out again until we got to exit 222. Now, here's something interesting about exit 222. At exit 222, there is a rest area. But before you get to the rest area sign, there is this big sign that says State Prison Exit 222, or next exit, or something like that. And that was the next one coming up, was exit 222. And then underneath it is this big sign that says, don't pick up hitchhikers. And I thought, well, okay. And now we have a rest area right there at the same exit as the state prison. I thought, that's really good planning, especially if you don't want people picking up hitchhikers. Who's to say that somebody escapes from the prison, comes to the rest area, and can take off with your vehicle? But I didn't stop there. It doesn't matter, because I was only like 15 miles, was about 20 miles from my destination. But got here to Ehrenberg, and it's exit 1 in Arizona on the I-10, and went to go around the roundabout and got stopped. They were down to 1 lane of traffic. They're completely resealing all the road and everything else, which means that when I leave here in 2 days, it is going to be an awesomely smooth ride to Phoenix. I don't know how far that nice smooth road is going to go, but they're resealing the eastbound lanes. Apparently they're also doing the westbound lanes, according to the office when I went down there later. And they had this truck sitting on the on-ramp to go onto I-10 East at the exit when I got off, blocking all the traffic, which means I couldn't continue around the roundabout to go across the bridge to get to the campsite until the truck moved, because all the cars were backed up. And we sat there for maybe about 10-15 minutes before they finally started rolling the truck down the hill. Obviously, they were waiting for them to finish doing something in the area that they had coned off, where they didn't want people going. So they had to wait for that to be done so that they could then let the traffic go. But got here, got to this thing, and got there to find the office was locked. They actually lock the office from 12 to 2 daily, except Sunday, because they're completely closed on Sunday. But there was my name on the board with the site I had to go to, so I had to look on the map that they had sitting there and came down and got into this. These sites here are huge, huge. These are the biggest sites that I have seen out of all the campgrounds I've been to so far. The pull-throughs, which is what I'm in, is 40 foot wide, 65 feet long. I mean, that's massive. You can get 2 RVs next to each other on this site. It is not a problem, except for if you have a look at the pictures. I posted some pictures earlier on my Facebook page. Gorgeous campground. It's all grass. All the sites are grass except the back-end sites. They have concrete pads on those. And those ones are 40 foot wide by 60 foot deep, the sites. But got onto the site, got set up and everything else, but then found I couldn't put my awning all the way out because there's a tree sitting right smack bang in the middle of the site. And there's no way, I can't pull forward enough to let it go out fully extract without getting onto the road. But they have really, really wide roads, because I had to go down the street, and they had cars parked on either side. There was even trailers with the pontoon boats on them, sitting there, and I still had enough for on both sides of the road, and I still had enough room to get sparkles through the gaps. So nice wide roads in here, and we're right on the banks of the Colorado River. And so I went for a walk down there. I went up to the office when it was open to let them know that, yep, I've arrived, I got here safely, got a map of the campground, and that's when I heard the guy talking about the westbound also being resealed as well. But then after that, I decided to go for a walk. So I went for about a mile walk, trying to get in at least a mile a day, even on my travel days. So I walked down to the river. They've got a little beach area there. They've got a boat ramp down there. There's a playground there. There's the dog park down there. Then they have these nice stone benches down there by the river, and some up higher by the playground area. The problem was the playground area was all being watered and everything, so I couldn't get up there to check out the view because they had the sprinklers going. So I went down by the riverbank and sat there, and that's where I got some of the pictures that I posted earlier. And it was just really peaceful and relaxing. I was probably there for about half an hour. Even got to talk to my sister-in-law while I was down there. And some people came along walking with their dogs, and I think they were trying to contemplate whether or not they're going to let the dogs go in the river because their dogs so wanted to go into the river. But you could see how quickly the river was actually moving at the time as well. And for as close as we are to the I-10, there was not a lot of traffic noise down there. It was awesome. It was it was wonderful. It was peaceful. It was quiet. It was very relaxing, and I love being around water. Just because of the soothing, calming effect that it has on me. And when I left there, I walked back a different way. I walked back a different route to get to to get back to Sparkles, and it was good just to see the different camps around and all that sort of stuff. But I tell you, this place here is a hidden gem. It really is. It's great. They've got a ton. I mean, they even have ATV rentals here, so you can go off-road ATVing. They've got places where you can go hunting, where you can go fishing. You can go on the river. They've got you can do jet skiing. You can do waterboarding. What else did they have there? Canoeing. You can go rock mining. They just had a whole, like on the back of the map, there's this whole list of things that you can do here, and great for the outdoors. Awesome for the outdoors. There's even a ghost town around here, and I don't have a vehicle to go and investigate tomorrow, so might have to leave that for another time. But I definitely am going to come back here another time and spend a little longer here, because there's just so much to go and explore around this area. And it's like this, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and it was like when I was going along the I-10 today, and I can't remember the exit number, but I'm going along the I-10, and it said on this board, and we're in the middle of nowhere, and it said on this board there was the General Patton Museum, and I was like, well, that's a bit of an out of a way place to have it. And sure enough, I didn't stop. It was on the other side of the road anyway, but I didn't stop there, and I thought I might stop on the way back, depending which way I come back. But there was this big museum all about General Patton up there that I could see on the other side of the freeway, and I sort of like, no, maybe when I come back this way, I'll stop in there and have a look and see what it's all about there. And it's in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the California desert, on the I-10, and there's nothing else around it. I think there was a gas station there, and that was it. Gas station and the General Patton Museum. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to stop there on the way back. Remember that one. And I know it's in my exit book because I saw it there when I got to this place today. I went back and had a look to see which exit number it was, and I forgot to write it down so I could tell you guys tonight. So maybe I'll post it in the comments later on. But it was a great run through, 2 hours and 5 minutes to get here, which was awesome. Like I said, one of the smoothest rides, except for that little 45-mile piece where it got where the road was cut up. It was bad. I mean, I even tried the other lane and switched back. Because sometimes the left lane's a little smoother than the right lane, but they were equally as bad. Lots of ruts, lots of... it was almost like lines going across the road, broken up pieces, but nowhere near as the potholes that I had gone in a couple of days ago when I was going into Palm Springs on the concrete there. This was much smoother driving, and I felt a lot of energy as well. And so we've got all settled in, and today was day 1 of week 2 of my BulaFit challenge. And so I did my official weigh-in today, and I am officially down. I have officially released into the universe, for somebody who needs it, 2.8 pounds, which I thought wasn't too bad, considering the fact that I didn't really go completely fully into the program until later in the week. So this will be my first week fully in the program, so we'll see how that goes. But my waist is 2 inches smaller than it was beginning of last week. So yes. And then yeah, so I'm all set up tomorrow. I've pulled out my stuff to do for tomorrow. I've got a bunch of work stuff to do. I'm going to get some writing done as well. I may even, depending on how hot it gets, because it was like 96 when I got here. And again, 9% humidity. So sucking on the water. I think I've done 6 or 7 of these 20-ounce bottles today. Still feeling a little dehydrated. Had my electrolytes and everything else and still feel dehydrated. My chapstick I've been going through that like crazy. And then I think I might need to get like a leave-in conditioner for my hair if it keeps going like this because it just feels so dry. But depending on the temperature tomorrow, I may go back down to the riverbank and maybe sit under a tree or something and do some writing down there. Thought I might do that, but again, it depends on what the temperature's doing. And but I'm in the middle of watching the movie Rudy. Have you seen that movie? I saw it a few years ago. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I was flipping through my DVD binder there and I came across it and I thought, I haven't seen that for a while. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's based on a true story about a guy who, from when he was a kid, absolutely loved watching Notre Dame play football. And I smell something burning. Must be, actually sounds like cigarette smoke. Somebody must be outside walking with cigarettes or something. God, that's strong. And I don't have anything on in here. Interesting. Might have to go and investigate that. I might be coming in through my vents. I was like, oh yeah. So it's about a kid who, when he was younger, had this dream. He only watched Notre Dame football, and he had this dream of playing for Notre Dame. And it is about and this is his story about how he gets there and that sort of thing. And I remember watching it when I was a few years ago. Haven't seen it for a while, and so I thought, I must watch that again. And this kid is determined. Like, he gets on a bus, he drives up to South Bend there. He gets there a couple hours before the admin office opens. He insists on talking with somebody. So the gate guard gets a priest to come talk with him who thinks he wants to go into the priesthood. And he says, no, I want to come here to school. And he says, I'm going to do whatever it takes. He said, this has been something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. I am prepared to do whatever it takes. And it got me thinking about our dreams and our goals and stuff. How far are we willing to go to achieve those dreams and goals? Are we willing to do whatever it takes to get the outcome that we want, to see those goals and dreams realized? So think about that. And if you haven't seen Rudy, go check it out. It's about football, it's about college football, but that's involved with it. But you got to listen to the message and the story behind the young man who wanted to play for Notre Dame. Like, it was his lifelong dream to play for Notre Dame, and it's a story about it's his journey. It's his journey. The only thing is that the guy that plays Rudy in this is the same guy that played from the from Lord of the Rings, Samwise. Can't even think of his real name. But it's the same guy that played Samwise. Can't even think. Jeepers. Frodo's best friend. Same guy that plays that. So watching him play this, and this was, of course, was done years before he was in Lord of the Rings. But, you just can't stop seeing him be Sam. And you want to see him running around with his big feet on, and he's wearing shoes. So, it's a little... Yeah, but it's a really, really good movie. So if you want a good movie to go watch, a good inspirational movie that will inspire you about somebody who knows what his dreams are and just does whatever it takes to go for them, this is a good movie. So go check out Rudy. I'm off to finish watching it. And then tomorrow it is a full day of work and writing. I'm making sure I'm doing a lot of writing on this trip. I have some book projects that need to get done. Like, I need to get the first draft of the books done, completed. So that's my goal for this time that I'm spending in Arizona, as well as exploring the area as well. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch all of you tomorrow. Hei konera.